Hey, I'm Squeak.
Hey, it's your pal Mega Snoop.
Hey, I'm Smirky.
Hello, I'm Gear.
And you're listening to the Speedchat Only podcast.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Speedchat Only podcast. As always, we've got the crew here, myself, Michael, Matt, Noah, and we are joined by our friend today, StuckTheDuck, a.k.a. Tucker. How y'all doing today?
Hello, hello.
Whoa.
Sup?
And
Yo, I
half your
love you
audience
guys
just
so
went, who's that?
They're like, what?
Yeah,
Wait, who's
honestly,
that guy?
I did that too.
Dude, half of us still don't know who this guy is. We just kind of saw him. We're like, that guy, that's the next one.
Michael,
Come here.
who is this guy? You picked up this guy off the side of the road? What the
I'm
hell?
honored. Yeah, literally. You guys just drove up and I'm like, hey, what's Toontown? You're like, I don't care, get in.
Get it.
Get in right now if you
Get in the
value your
van.
life and your
We
Twitch
need more
subs.
guests, damn it.
We already hit Joey. We don't have anything else, man. We got to get somebody, dude.
Dude, honestly, for everybody who's listening post Joey, Aaron, Alexander Lionheart, and I are sitting inside New York Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. And we go, what do you think we should do for the next week's podcast? And Aaron goes to me and he says, I don't know. And I said, do you think we should try to get Joey on? And he laughs at me. He laughs. He belly laughs at me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to text him, see what happens. And Alexander goes, yeah, if you get Joey, I will blah, blah, blah. And then it happened. So you know what, everybody?
Now here's
Dreams do come true.
the asterisk. Here's the asterisk at the bottom of that story. Joey had not listened to a single episode of the podcast before we brought him on. So
Probably for the better.
he
Probably
had no
for the better.
idea. He was just like, oh, I'm going to go on and do my PR thing. And he did it great. He told some great stories and he joked around and it was a good time. But now
We
now,
love
now
Toontown podcasts.
we love Toontown podcast. That's totally what this
We
is.
love
dude.
Toontown.
But
what
now
we
we've
All my
got
homies
the
love Toontown.
follow up, Mr. StuckTheDuck, who has some really big shoes to fill. How do you feel about that, man?
It's a little bit crazy because, you know, I'm a little bit new to making content in this community. So
Hell
when
yeah.
when
Well, you've
Noah
been making
reached out
content
to
for
me,
longer than that, right?
Oh yeah, I've been actually making YouTube videos for almost 8 years. As of September 1st, 2012 was when I made my channel, so almost 8-year anniversary. Not the
Wow.
StuckTheDuck
Hey,
channel, but
congratulations.
My
I've been
YouTube
making
channel was
content for
created
quite a
8
while,
years
yeah.
ago, so what do you know?
Yo.
You'll be joining the club soon.
awesome.
I was gonna say, I hope you didn't have a whole studio room just because you're like, I think I'm gonna make some Toontown videos.
Oh no, yeah, that was a long time coming, and that's how I have all this gear and stuff because I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm actually a filmmaker too, and we're gonna get into that a little bit too.
We are gonna get into that. That sounds like a good time. I can't wait to hear these stories.
because
What?
that could probably explain why my content is the way it is in a sense.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But before we do that, we got to do the icebreaker that Noah hates. So, dude, we got to give everybody a chance to talk. Otherwise, Matt is just here, you know?
What?
Like,
Yay, icebreakers!
I have opinions.
sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so the icebreaker today is when you take a shower, do you prefer taking morning showers or evening showers, and why? We'll start
Why
with
is
Matt.
it morning? Why is it morning? You know,
Yeah, why?
it's only morning. Only morning for me because I don't want to go to bed after I just cleaned myself. I want to like wake up with a nice shower and then be clean for the day. I don't want to go to bed after I just cleaned myself. You know.
Why? I'm
What?
trying.
Am I the only
So
one
Matt is
on
wrong.
that?
So Matt is wrong.
So Matt's
I mean,
wrong.
How?
Well, welcome to the wrong club.
Well, for me personally,
Welcome to
it
the
really
Wrong Only
depends
podcast.
on like what's going on. Like if I'm trying to wake up early and start my day, I'll take a morning shower to kind of refresh myself so that I'm awake and alert. But otherwise, I will take one at the end of the day because it's when you wake up and you start doing everything, you're going outside, especially when you live in 111 degree heat, right? You get all sweaty and gross. And then at the end of the day, you clean yourself and you feel really good and clean. And maybe you take a minute to dry, you know, you go play video games for half an hour and then you go to sleep. So it's not like you're taking your damp head and hitting your pillow, right? But at least you're not crawling into bed all stinky and sweaty. So usually I prefer evening showers. However, I will take morning showers if the day demands it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it makes
basically
sense.
my answer too. Just like, I mean, with college and like having to get up early in the morning for like work or class, like I never really get the opportunity to take morning showers because like I usually wake up like 30 minutes before class starts and I have to get ready. I have to rush out the door. I have to get a bite to eat.
Yo.
So for me, it's generally going to be in the evening because of that reason.
Michael, the fact that you actually take 30 minutes before class as a college student, I am so proud of like your dedication to actually like your punctuality, right? I was waking up less than 10 minutes before class. I would kind of just put on pants, grab a Monster, and start walking down the street to my first lecture.
I mean,
that was my college experience.
I mean, I've had those days, so I'm not perfect.
No, that makes you a college student. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, I'm a real college student. Mega Snoop seal of approval.
Absolutely. Noah.
So here's my hot take, right? Evening showers all the way, and here's why. I feel like morning showers, you have to like plan them. Like usually when you wake up, right, and you're working a day job like a normal person, Matt. That was a bad joke.
You want
I'm
to
sorry.
fucking go? You want to go?
Noah's just dogging on Matt nonstop.
You want to go? You
Anyways.
fucking furry?
Usually you have like you got to get to work by 8:30, right? So like do you want to sleep in more? So if you like want to cut out some extra part of your morning, you cut out the shower, right? And then you're like, okay, now I got like another half hour to sleep, right? And you know what? That's great. Busyness in the morning is the worst offender when it comes to bad days. And you know what? Maybe that's why Matt has a lot of bad days, because he takes morning showers. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think that's an excellent idea to piggyback off of. Like, I'd rather stay up late because I took a shower and like took some time to dry off before going to bed than having to wake up a little extra early to take a shower. You know, it's just me, but you know that's how I feel.
He's also a furry.
Yo,
Gotta shower off all that
Tucker,
extra
what's going on?
hair because he's a furry.
Wow.
So the big question, Stuck, do you take showers?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
Oh,
thank
God.
God.
Oh, get out. Get out.
There was a pause. There was a pause. I was very concerned.
He's canceled from the podcast.
This has been another episode of Speedchat Only, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance.
What's the prime shower head seller?
I got mine off of Amazon. I'm just throwing it out there. That's
Sloan? Is it Sloan?
I don't know.
Amazon.
Amazon. That's the
Amazon makes their own shower heads. Congratulations, Amazon. Nice job, Bezos.
I mean, dude, I needed a different shower head than the one that points directly at my nipples because, like, that's not hitting anything that I need it to hit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I literally had to like get a new shower head off of Amazon so it actually point up and go over my head. Otherwise, like I'm not gonna be clean from the shoulders up. I'm gonna just be stinky, you know. Anyway, we skipped over Tucker. Tucker, morning showers or evening showers?
So it depends. So 80% of the time I will take a night shower because I just despise the feeling of just getting in the bed and I can just feel like I can feel it on the sheets and on the blankets.
Yeah.
I feel myself like dragging more. I know it's disgusting, but literally like
And then you have to like make your bed, and you don't want to put in that extra effort a lot of times because we're lazy.
Yeah, and then what happens is you go to sleep and you're dirty and all that seeps into your pillows and into your sheets and stuff, and nobody wants that.
Now, like I'm thinking about it, you know, that's gross.
But there are other times, the less, like the 20% of the time, the thing is I have long curly hair, and anyone with curly hair knows that you want to do all that stuff in the morning, just get out of the way so that you can wear your hair during the day. So a couple times a week I'll take a morning shower just so I can wash my hair and wear it out nicely. But sometimes, now this is where you're going to think I'm crazy. Sometimes if I got really sweaty during the day and I really need to wash my hair, I'll take a night shower, I'll go to bed, and then when I get up in the morning, I'll take another shower so I can wash my hair thoroughly and do the whole curly business. So sometimes I do two showers.
Yeah, that just goes with like the type of hair you have, and that's understandable. That's how it is. So like,
yeah, for sure.
No judgment here. All respect. And what I learned from today is that Matt is the weird one.
Matt's the weird one out of all of us here. Matt's the weird one.
to play devil's advocate, like when I do take showers in the morning, it really wakes me up and it like gets me that energy that I need to start the day.
Oh yeah, it's a
and that's when
refresher.
it makes me kind of feel more productive in a sense. It like wakes me up and gets me on my toes and everything. So I do understand the morning thing, but I definitely prefer night showers.
I like that. That's cool. So anyway, yeah, it was a good icebreaker. We did want to talk to our guest here today. We brought him on to see who he is and what he's about, and see, hear his story. So if there's, let's start at the beginning. Who are you? Where are you from? As much information as you're willing to provide, because I know some people are like, my name is this, and I'm from America, right? Like they don't really always want to say where they're from, but I'm from Earth.
I am a human being who exists. Thank you.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
great introduction. But yeah, no, tell us how you got into the whole video recording thing.
Yeah, well, I've been making videos for quite a long time, as long as I can remember. I'm not really sure how I really got started, because I was like 12 years old when I started making content. But I slowly evolved my content over the years and everything, and now here I am ending up in the Toontown community. But to rewind a little bit more about who I am as a person, my name is Tucker, if you didn't know. I'm known as StuckTheDuck on YouTube. You can call me Stuck, you can call me Tucker, you can call me Tuck. If you call me Stucker, I will delete you. No calling me Stucker. I hate that. Someone called me that once, and then it sent chills down my spine. I'm like, that is wrong. Please don't.
Can I call you Duck?
Sure. Sure. Go knock yourself out. You can call me Duck, Stuck, anything but Stucker. That is the absolute anything. But anyway, yeah, my name's Tucker. There you go. See? You're being creative now. I like that.
Oh, okay.
Now, I'm 20 years old. I'm in college right now studying filmmaking. I want to get a degree in film. Specifically, I like to focus in sound. Even more specifically, recording sound on set. So Noah, you and I can bond in that sort of area.
Yeah.
We both really like the audio tech stuff.
Yeah.
And rewinding back to what I was talking about in the community, I've been making videos for 8 years, but I with my old channel, I had an original channel called StuckTheDuck 006, and I was working on that for a long time, but I eventually kind of hit a creative block, and I was becoming unmotivated because, I'll just be honest, the numbers weren't what I wanted them to be, and I just got unmotivated, and I put the channel on hold. I was like, I don't want to really make content right now. So I took like 6 to 8 months off of making any YouTube videos, and that was the longest I'd ever gone without making any kind of videos for YouTube. Not just for my channel, but like my brother used to have a channel, and just in general, I was always, at least once a month, I was always doing something for a channel. So taking all that time off was really interesting. And then it was at the start of 2020, the start of this year, where my friend asked me to play Toontown with him, and I hadn't played in literally like 18 months. And I played a little bit, and then I started getting more involved in the community, and I was like, wait a minute, what if I try to make Toontown content? Just as a side project, just to like upload, like maybe do some solos. And it all started out pretty low effort, I'd say. Like the first few videos I made.
Starts.
So it usually is. You've seen Gag Shop? That's the most low effort thing you can ever see.
No, like that story is literally my story. I started on like this channel called Shadow Serpent, and I was like, I kind of feel like making Toontown content, because in 2014, 2015, TTR started doing like open play lines and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I think I'll make a side channel for that and just kind of upload a couple things. And then it took off, and here I am, and everybody knows me as the Toontown guy.
It's so funny because it's so similar to me. Like I completely intended it to just be like a side project where I'm just going to throw whatever I want up there, see what happens. But maybe eventually I'm going to go back to the main channel and start posting there again when I have this little side thing. But now all of a sudden StuckTheDuck just started booming and booming, and it just popped off. And here I am now on the Speedchat only podcast.
That's how you know
made it
you
to the
made
top,
it.
baby.
You made it,
That's
baby.
it.
Listen, for me, I just started putting I started putting stream highlights on my YouTube channel before it got popular with the big streamers, so I was ahead of the game on that one. Then I realized that I had no editing experience with Windows Movie Maker, and I decided from then on I wanted to start learning how to edit my own content. And here I am as a YouTube editor.
That's really
you do
awesome.
That now that's like your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
That's
like
a cool job.
insanely cool.
My
can't stress
job
that
is to
enough.
shitpost,
Do you still use Windows Movie Maker?
No.
Can you?
He uses Vegas.
The first music video I ever made was Windows Movie Maker, but I can. I just don't want to, because
as a meme, can you make one video in Movie Maker?
You know what? One video I want to make eventually is I want to do an entire editing process drunk. I want to see where that goes.
Oh hell yeah!
Let's get Matt drunk and make him edit something.
Drunk editing, guys. That's new. It's new, man. It's gonna pop off.
It's gonna turn out as like a total masterpiece too. Like it'll be the best work you've ever
It's
done.
gonna be a 5-star
It will be.
movie. Just
There will be nothing else that you will be able to do.
It'll be so fantastic, and then you'll become an alcoholic so that you can tap into that and then that's the end.
Oh.
I'm sorry, that's dark. That's dark.
No, it's cool. He's pushing his liver to like the edge of what it can withstand just to get some good content. You know?
I mean, yeah, I never
He just
used my
becomes the
liver
Da
in
Vinci of
college.
editing because of his it's just surging through his veins like I have the
Drunken
power.
master.
Yo, bro, my job is making fun of someone just in front of their face. Like, I don't think that's the Da Vinci. I just take what they say, and like I find when they say the word coming, I just take come and then I just repeat that. You know, that's it. That's my job.
Come.
That's it,
True
yeah.
art.
Haha, very
art.
funny. Thank you for making me this editing job harder than it has to be, Aaron. It has to be safe for Spotify.
Dude, what You can't say come on Spotify?
I have no idea.
Bro, I need to look up the Spotify rules, dude.
So what happens if you want someone to like commandeer near you? Do you just say like, hey,
Whoa,
get
whoa,
over
whoa,
here?
whoa,
Get
careful.
over here.
Can you
Careful.
please arrive at my destination? Like,
Turn right.
dude, listen, if we got
No way,
these chicks talking about like their pussy flaps in their songs on Spotify, why can't I say come? Dude, it's a legitimate question.
No, that reminds me what Smirky just said about the directions. I have a hidden talent. It's absolutely terrible, but I can sound exactly like Siri. If you have an iPhone, I have the Siri voice.
Like
So-
the male Siri. I know this is a dumb question. The male Siri voice, the female, both.
Oh, it's female, all right.
Oh.
Oh.
What?
You want to
In
give us like a
3.4
little?
miles, turn left onto Bullshit Road.
That's actually pretty good.
really good.
I like how it sounds
very
robotic
pretty
as
good.
well. Like, what was that?
Hey, wait, can I hire you if I ever have any like need to like record like a GPS or anything like that? If I need one, if I need
Absolutely.
someone to,
Tucker,
dude.
listen, this is your chance. You got to say $5 a line. Say it right now. Say it.
like, dude, I recorded someone who voice acted in JoJo Part 5. He recorded at $2 a line. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Dang. No, absolutely. Yeah, I'm on board for sure. It's absolutely crazy.
Sick.
Some people love it. Some people are like, please stop.
Wait, you have like an announcer type voice. Like, have you ever thought about doing that kind of stuff?
I don't think I really do have an announcer voice, but not to brag, but I really don't want to get into that sort of business because I think it's a little. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, Ben Shapiro.
That's just flexing there.
Like, I could picture like this is the type of voice to be at GDQ and like thanks for the donation. Thanks for the donation. I spank myself. Oh, damn it.
The microphone is honestly doing half the work.
That's a
Your
good
mother,
microphone.
277, donates $100 saying, hello from Germany. My mother died. Wait, that's really bad. I'm
Is that
so
gonna
sorry.
be safe for Spotify? Can we say that?
One of my family members is currently suffering from testicular cancer, and I just want to say that it's great to give to this cause.
Oh yeah, no, you have an amazing announcer voice. I remember on stream
Yeah?
that one time. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Can you do the Dick Kick'em? The I'm here to kick gum and chew ass.
Dude, kick gum and chew ass.
Incredible.
I'm just here.
What about the
Yeah,
last
okay,
line? You
Michael.
forgot the last line.
And
And I'm all out of gum.
ass.
There you go. Oh. Put a little twist on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like Matt's. Matt, you did something good for once. I'm proud of you, bud.
Ass.
Does everyone just bully Matt?
Yeah.
You know, usually we
Yeah.
bully
Dude, bro,
Michael,
my
that's the
girlfriend even
thing.
does that.
Usually we bully Michael.
Yeah.
No, they do bully me. I think we've just kind of moved on to our next victim.
Yeah, we
imagine-
moved on. We go in a cycle every week. It's someone
Imagine
different.
having a Toontown profile picture, you know?
Oh,
dude.
every week, dude. Every week. Another zinger from Matt. There you go. I was about to say your last name. That would have been really bad. I would have had to edit that out.
Not even StuckTheDuck has a Toontown profile picture.
I know,
Not even
crazy.
stuck the
No.
duck as a Toontown profile picture.
Anyway, so yeah, we got a little off track. Yo, tell us what kind of content did you used to make before Toontown?
Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm glad you asked because that could actually get into the whole reason why I believe this is just my theory. The reason why I think that my first channel wasn't successful, probably a similar reason to like Shadow Serpent and how it didn't pop off immediately is the fact that I was making content that wasn't grounded enough. It was a little bit all over the place. It was just, if someone asked me to describe my style of videos, it was too vague. So it was like, I make like ridiculous, what the fuck humor kind of videos where I sometimes talk about video games. I sometimes rant about random things. You see, when I describe it, it's too vague. And if I compare that to now, it's like, what kind of channel do you have? Oh, I make Toontown content. And like, that tells you everything. I mean, I could get into more specifics, obviously, but it's it's a niche community, which is always great because there's always that more of a demand for content. It's all about supply and demand. So when I was making content before, it was like sometimes I'd make it on like Nintendo games or like just comedy that's not grounded in a specific area, and that's why it couldn't really gain any traction because there's so much competition. And when you're going that broad and that vague, it's so hard for you to, as a small channel, to weave yourself up into the community where people can start to notice. So it was just too vague, I think.
Oh, that's
Do you
absolutely
think
like.
it's-
Oh, I was just gonna, if I can. That's
No,
absolutely.
I'm gonna
the
go
reason.
first.
Shut up, Noah. So that's actually the reason why me, Matt, and Michael. Well, Michael's always been here, but me and Matt kind of grew in the first place is because we started doing streams in the niche community, and there was a demand for that, and there wasn't anybody really streaming. So that's how we even grew in the first place, which is why Toontown works out so well for us. Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
I'm going to use a couple examples of YouTubers, and I want you to tell me if you think that their their grounded, beginnings made it so that they could broaden out in the future. And I'm thinking specifically of three: Markiplier, PewDiePie, and Jacksepticeye all started off doing sort of the same content, but then as their channels grow, they broadened out, and now the three of them are doing very different things. Do you think it's because that their content was more grounded, or do you think it was a luck factor?
I think there's always going to be a little bit of luck involved in all these sorts of things. There's also the idea of their personalities are really charismatic, but at the same time, if you look back at their old videos, a lot of it is just like screaming. So that I don't know if
Fair.
that's that great of an argument, but I mean, people will become attached to a certain personality style, and I'll be honest, there's a certain idea that anyone can make YouTube videos, and while I believe that's true, for videos that like require certain like commentary and a very personality forward style of content, I think you do have to have a certain personality style. So I think there's a little bit of luck. I think it's part of their personality style, and it's also the time zone, like the time frame that it was in. Like if you tried to start a channel in the same vein of Mark, Jack, or Felix now, it very likely would not go anywhere because the market is so oversaturated now. And I think that's
100%
how,
agree. Absolutely.
Yeah.
that's probably how I score with Toontown, because while there's a lot of like the Toontown community has quite a plethora of creators, it's definitely not as vast as like the greater gaming market or like horror games or Minecraft. Obviously, like those are huge, so it's much harder to grow in those environments. So I think as far as like I call those three the big three of the gaming community. I think what happened with them is that, it was their personality combined with luck combined with the time frame that they were doing it in, because that would never work now.
And I like to think there's this other factor of you have to start with something consistent. So a lot of these YouTubers you see now started with, whether it's like Call of Duty commentaries and gameplays and stuff, or they started with, because that's where FaZe Clan started, right? Or they started with Minecraft. They started rooted in one game, in one community, grew up to a point, and then from there were able to just kind of do whatever they wanted because they already had that consistent fan base and following at that point. And so it's almost like think of a tree, right? You got to start at the trunk, stay with this one thing, and as it goes up, once you get to a certain point, then you can branch out and have all these branches of different content you can provide.
And that's what Quackity did. He
Yeah,
started
absolutely.
in this community, and then once he
yeah.
got to a certain point, he could branch out everywhere, and then look at him now. He's like,
And then he said, "Fuck Toontown, I'm out." And he's a smart man.
A smart man there.
Yep, I love that kid. We still see him time to time.
Yeah, I was odd to see him just in a speed run. I was doing 102 Dalmatians, Puppets to the Rescue in a completely obscure game, and this man decided to pop by Quackity himself.
Yeah, straight up. Dude was like chilling in this 20 viewer stream of, 102 Dalmatians.
that's so kind, though. That's honestly really that says a lot
It
about
is.
just who he is as a person. It's like
Yeah.
he didn't just like lift off from the community and be like, oh, fuck you guys, bye,
I mean,
I'm out of here.
I mean, he kind of knew us from like we did videos
yeah.
with him in the past, and then he's like,
We did Twitch Town together, didn't
Yeah,
we?
I think.
Yeah,
I know. I
I-
did a video with him one time, and that was about it. But
I mean,
like,
I know that we like did the whole like this is like super cringe fest, but we did like the whole Tunes collab thing, which is where he first kicked off. So like,
Are you saying you made
cool to see
you
that?
made Quackity?
Oh,
Are you saying you made Quackity? Did you
You
birth
made
him?
Quackity. Smokey,
birth
didn't you?
birth quack?
Did you birth him?
Did you birth Alex? Tell me.
I think he did. I think this is canon.
Perhaps.
I think
I
we
knew
want
it
to try it
all
again.
along.
It's written there with how Gyro Gearloose made the cog. Smirky birthed Quackity. You know,
right there, set in
it's
stone.
it's in the lore, dude.
in the lore.
God. It's cringe as hell.
You know, you guys brought it up so much on other podcasts that I had to look it up, which was the Tunes of Toontown panel that you guys did.
Oh,
You all collectively
that right
groaned.
now. Privating it.
That's the
Tunes
thing.
of
If you
Toontown.
if you talk about it too much, that people are gonna be, I wonder what this is all about. And I watched. I was like, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched like the.
Thank God, it was an hour and a half long, dude.
I watched like the
it's-
first 10 minutes, and I saw like the little video compilations of all the streamers and channels, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. But at the same time, like, I understand why you'd look back on that and be like,
It
oh.
was cool at the time, you know. But no, not anymore. I felt bad because like Ben was like super nervous. Like we'd always hand him the microphone, and he was like, shaking a little bit.
Poor guy.
Michael, I think you're the Keanu Reeves of the Toontown community because you look exactly the same. You look exactly the same as you did in that panel as you do now.
Could not agree more.
He doesn't age,
Just-
but he definitely
just
looks
without as much
better with the
facial
beard.
hair.
Yeah, dude, the beard looks good. And then, dude, I
Yeah.
love like how Grips is up there. I love Grips, but like
Yeah.
he's definitely just not involved in the Toontown community as much anymore.
We see him like once in a blue moon,
I
maybe
think-
at TwitchCon.
I think we
Yeah,
just
I was
think we
like,
had him
who
just
dat?
Still
add-
follow him. Yeah, who dat? He was a great kid, though. We love him. Shout out to my dude Grips if you're out there, if you're still listening.
Maybe
I miss
next
you.
time we have
Come
replay,
home.
we'll do Speedchat only live.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
that would
That'd
be
actually
cool.
be fun, actually.
that would be fun.
Okay, but to be fair, if we do it live at Toonfest, I can't say pussy lips. So
Yeah, you
If-
can't say that,
There
but
would have to be more
you
than one
cannot
rule.
say that.
Aaron,
You don't say
can
that
we say
regularly.
cum?
Aaron, come on.
Be an adult, Aaron.
No,
Jeez, what do
he's
you
got-
own? Like a lease on a house? Jesus.
He's got like Tourette's. Like every few minutes, he just has to be like pussy lips.
Pussy lips, pussy lips.
Like it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
a,
he's got
it's like a relief.
Yeah, that's how we could put. Let's pass that off. He's got Tourette's. Don't worry about it, guys.
You know, actually, fun story. I might actually have like a minor form of Tourette's, even though like I've never had anything checked out. Like, so I definitely could have some mental illnesses, and I'm sure somebody out there would be like, "Of course he does. He makes Toontown content, blah, blah, blah," right?" But no, like growing up, I'd always have like this little tick, like in high school and whatnot. I'd like kind of like wince, but it only came around whenever I was like. Whenever I had anxiety or whenever I was stressed, and I'd kind of like wince a little bit, or like I guess you could call it a tick. And then in addition to that, I would also do like a thing where like I'd wave my arm in front of my face, and then I'd have to feel obligated to do it with my other arm. And again, a lot of these things really only came over me when I was like really stressed or had anxiety, which was very prominent when I was like in high school and middle school, and then for a while after I graduated. But around I'd say probably around 2015, around the time I became Mega Snoop, and my life was actually good for a bit. It just kind of disappeared. It went away, and I've been really good ever since. But yeah, fun fact about your pal Mega Snoop you probably didn't know before, because it's not really that interesting of a story.
Sure, if we asked Rena, she'd tell us what it is.
Oh yeah, I mean maybe. I don't know if she dives too much. into,
Rena,
like,
you're going to listen to this
psychological-
while I edit it in Discord, so yeah, just tell us
let
what
us
that
know
is.
if that's
Yeah,
a thing.
Rena, you're short.
So I'm
Yeah,
not
you're
like
forward.
screaming profanities. I actually knew a guy who had genuine Tourette's, and he'd scream profanities every once in a while. And we'd be playing like Smash Bros, and he would just start screaming something. And then one time he was like, we were literally just playing, and he turned to me and he screamed, he's like, "Aaron, you're such a good friend," and then just went back to playing. And I was like, "Thanks, dude." He's like, "No, don't listen to that. That's the Tourette's."
Oh, that's crushing. No, I was about to say that's so wholesome, but no.
It was, no, because he was all like, "You are a good friend," but like, I still have to apologize for the Tourette's, And I was like, "No, it's cool." He's like, "No, it's not good. I'm not supposed to be yelling." So it's like, it's kind of wholesome, right? But I just thought
Yeah.
that was funny. Anyway, I have a question not only for Tucker, because I know this is something that he's facing right now as a content creator, but, for maybe Michael and anyone else who wants to pipe in as well.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. I'll be quiet for the next half hour. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's
you
fine.
can
Just
you
leave
can
me
pipe
know
in
out of
if
it.
you
That's
have
fine.
opinions.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
So what is it like trying to create new content in a community that's so saturated for content, or for a game that doesn't even provide a lot of content?
I'd say it's starved for content is a better way to
That's
put it.
that's definitely a way. It's very starved for content.
Or just like, just go in not expecting any new ideas to pop up, because like I don't remember the last time I came up with an actually decent idea for a video or anything.
All my videos lately, if you look through my channel right now, all my videos are Speedchat only and Toonie the Tiger. That's it, and that's why I'm only uploading once a week, if that, right? Mm-hmm. Because I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to say. I did some corporate clash stuff when they had like some new corporate clash stuff going on, but other than that, like trying to come up with a brand new idea that doesn't fit anything that I haven't done already or anything anyone else hasn't done and is entertaining is kind of difficult.
Yeah, it's like it's like outside of like, all right, corporate clash update here, Toontown Rewritten, virtual Toonfest here. Like, other than like the things that pop up, like
the scarce
what
things
else
every like
can
4 or
you
5
really
months.
do, right?
I mean,
At least that's what I think.
I'm the type of person that if I have no content, I'll make my own. Hence the 10 gag Solo Factory challenge, which is my last big hit. And,
That was a good video.
And so from then on, it's just like, how can you change the game to where you can either put a challenge on it or something of one another. Like right now, I can think of one. Like right now, you can go in a VP or any boss at all, and take only 2 people with only tune-up, and then everyone else has only 1 gag choice, and it has to be different. Like there you go. Like there's an idea right there for a video. Like you can use that all you want. But Aaron, you can use that if you want to. But like,
I could, but that sounds so boring to me. I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't sound.
you only
fun.
have 2 people
That's
with
the
tune-up, and
problem.
everyone else has only 1 gag. But
I
like,
know,
that's
but
it. That's it.
That's the
like-
problem. There's ideas out there, but like, what is fun? What is something
Yeah.
I want to do? There's people in my comment section. They're like, "Bro, you could do like the 10 gag thing in a bullion. See how that works?" They're like, "I don't want to do that. That sounds
I've already
dumb.
done it,
Like, it
you know?
sounds
Yeah, the reason it
boring.
worked in the factory is because you actually had like it was like a decent chance of both losing or winning. You know, with a bully, it's just like you're gonna lose.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, bro, I'm just gonna fire everything, dude. Okay, somebody's idea for me straight up was just like, bro, do a solo bullion, and I was like, that's it. They're like, that's it, and I'm like, wow, that sounds so boring. I'm not gonna lie, dude, that sounds so bad. Like, I have enough fires on my tune. I could go do a solo CEO right now, but let me tell you how disinterested I am in doing that, because it doesn't appeal to me, and I don't think it makes good content. Like, the dirty secret of the Toontown community is you could upload garbage and people would still watch it, because there definitely are people that do. No one here, obviously. Y'all are great content creators, and I love you guys, right? But there's definitely some garbage out there that still gets views, and it's because there isn't a whole lot else to do. It's true, So, it's really hard to go out of your way to come up with a good idea that has never been seen before and is entertaining, which is actually one of the things I wanted to bring Stuck on here in the first place to do, is because he's the first person I've seen in a long time to come up with not only like good, fresh ideas, but also have like high quality setup, editing, microphone, a whole studio.
That's what that's why me and Aaron we were like, who's this like StuckTheDuck guy? And like we watched the video, and I was like, dude, this content is like super well edited.
Yeah, that's
like,
the
what the
thing.
hell?
When you come into a community like this and you actually put effort into it, you get noticed.
That
It's
was really
true.
funny, yeah. Because a lot of the comments I got, especially when I first started making the content, is like, why is the quality good? This is Toontown content. They're like confused.
Why don't
They're
I
like,
see
wait, why
Bandicam?
is the quality good?
Where's Bandicam? I need my Bandicam, man. Where is
Right.
My unregistered Hypercam 2 and my voice modulator,
Yeah,
Type 1 in the comments section for Coach Z for the next episode of the podcast.
Oh my god. What do you use the modifier is the question.
We've actually theorized that. We were like,
Yeah,
we don't
we
know, because he
debated
did show
that.
his face at Toonfest, and so everybody knows what he looks like and sounds like now. But
He
we're
was
just
born
we're
in the
gonna not
50s.
we're not gonna address whether or not we would consider having him on the podcast at this current time. Thank you for your question and your interest. Let's move it over to Stuck with some more of what we were talking about. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that I I take a very unique approach to making content in this community. And basically, I can summarize it as this. I treat my YouTube videos as independent productions. So you might ask, okay, why do you take it so seriously, man? Like lay back. But at the same time, if I take it seriously and treat it like a production, then I will really get those creative juices flowing. I'll really get into the video idea. And that's what will cause me to really put in the extra effort to make it as clean and polished as possible. I kind of have this idea that I want every video to be a banger. And if I make a video and I watch it, I'm just like, this is not great. I'm not going to upload it. And there's been, I think, 2 or 3 occurrences where I've recorded something, and like I had it all laid out and planned and recorded, and then I watched it and I was like, you know what? This isn't it. It doesn't meet my standards of content, so I'm not going to even upload it.
I've
And-
done that.
Yeah,
My standards are low, but I've still done that.
There's been many ideas
And
that I've
there's
had
a
for music
specific-
videos that I've never uploaded.
Yeah, and I get that because like I have a specific standard for myself, and I'd say what sets StuckTheDuck content apart, I would say, is there has to be a story. When I make a video, there's a few exceptions to this, but when I make a video, I really want there to be a beginning, middle, and end with a rising action, a climax, and a falling action, because that's what really interests me the most when I watch content. So I feel like if I can make something that appeals to me, it's going to appeal to other people as well. I have a couple examples of this idea of like story, and I have two examples at the top of my head right now. So the first one would be the first Corporate Clash video I did, where I explored the game for the first time, quote unquote. And you would think that, okay, so on the surface, this video is, oh, guy plays Corporate Clash for the first time. But the reason why I feel like it's set apart from just guy plays Corporate Clash for the first time is that I made this story where it kind of had an arc to it, and there was the beginning, middle, and end with the rising action and the resolution and everything. I think that's what makes content. It just makes me eat it up, and I feel like other people eat it up too, when there's those elements to it of suspense and a climax and just the tension. I really love when there's tension. Now, I mentioned that there's a couple exceptions to this, and that's usually when I'll do like a boss fight or something. Like if I'll do a solo, I don't do those very much anymore. But if I do a solo, or when I did the CLO boss fight, it was just that was not really scripted. That was me just going in. But the other
that was
video,
a good video, by the way. I just want to shout
That was a
that
great
out.
video.
That was funny.
Thank you. I was freaking out. I'm a very energetic person naturally, so when I do freak out, I freak out very verbally.
Oh, and can I just say, and I'm sure as a content creator, you could probably relate to this. When something in the game lines up for making content just easy for you, it's beautiful. So for the fact that like the CLO was stuck on 1 health for like the last 10 minutes and you were just screaming.
Exactly.
I was like,
yes.
You hit a gold mine there, dude. It RNG'd you for good content. You know.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because the other example I was going to use was my Witness stand-in boss fight. So that was originally going to be another one of the non-scripted, just regular videos where I just go in and there's not really a script or a rising action or anything. But naturally what happened is that 2 100 laughers went sad, and it's like the 4,000 health cog boss fight, and 200 laughers went sad, and I was like, I didn't even have max gags at the time. I was like, not new to the game, but I was definitely not on the level of these guys going sad, and I was freaking out, and that added that rising action, that suspense, when it was just me and one other person fighting this 4,000 health cog. It naturally, the luck was in my favor that day, and I got that rising action without even really writing it or planning it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and it's like very similar to when I was doing the Lava office when we were for the first time, and we were
Yes,
like, okay,
exactly.
we got to
Great
this.
example.
Somebody crashed. There was only 3 of us. We're like, we can do this in 15 minutes. Like the fact that we crashed on the last battle when it like the last gag missed, and then we tried to take another turn, and it crashed like right before he blew up. Like you can't script that.
That is a
So
great
when
example
something-
of that exact
Yeah,
thing,
exactly.
yeah.
So when something like that just falls in your lap, part of you is all like, oh man, I can't believe that happened. But another part of you is like, yes, that's some great content. Like,
Right.
I can't not think of it that way. It's
And
so
like,
good.
I'll always catch it right in the moment too. Like I won't say it in the commentary, but like right in my mind when something happens, like I'll feel it in my mind. I'm just like, yes, there it is. There's that moment that I'm going to have in the final video.
Yep. Oh, I love it. So I'm sorry, I just wanted to share that, but
I know it's very satisfying. But no, yeah, I really wanted to iterate that that's the most important thing for me for most of my videos is I really want there to be a story, because I think that taps into my roots as being a filmmaker, is that I really want there to be that the arc, the story arc where you can really get invested in it. Even if it's just, it's a Toontown video that's like 10, 15 minutes, I still want it to kind of be its own little journey in a sense. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And I guess a follow-up question to that is, like, how are you getting these ideas for your videos, especially since, like, it seems like everything's already been done? And I know I've talked to you about this before, about, like, how even, like, the Toontown Hunger Games wasn't an original idea. Matt's been doing that, like, on stream since, like, 2015, 2016,
Yeah,
right?
I did that. Yeah, I did that early, like way back then. And then that was before I even knew Smirky, and I was like, we'll put Smirky in there just because, just because he's a name face, so I could put Smirky in the title, And so that's
You used me as clickbait.
I did.
Ooh.
I was like, I
bro.
think Toontown streamer or YouTuber better, or like Hunger Games is what I called it.
Yeah, but so
Okay.
like that's just an example of how like it's really hard to come up with original content. So what do you do to like help yourself come up with something original?
Honestly, it's kind of hard. So sometimes, the Hunger Games, for example, if I see something that's not in the Toontown community, and then it's not been tapped into yet, I can almost bring it over into the community. So as far as Hunger Games, a couple of years back, I saw Mr. Felix PewDiePie. He made a YouTuber Hunger Games, which was like the big YouTubers, the big guys. And then I thought to myself, wait, what if I did the same thing but with Toontown YouTubers? So that's kind of, sometimes I'll get motivation from
So we
that
had the
sort of
same
idea,
thought.
where it's a video in the grander community or in a different community. I can bring that over and like steal the idea now, and and like make it into a Toontown style video. So I made tier list videos too. I mean, tier lists are kind of, they're way overdone, but I wanted to. I don't know. I wanted to try it, and the first one I did really well. So
Yeah,
that's kind of a big motivator for me, is like looking at other communities and saying, hey, what has Toontown not received yet as far as content?
I can see that, like, because that's exactly what I did when I did my Hunger Games video. Like, I saw that other people had been doing it, like, either in my server or in other places, and I was like, well, Toontown doesn't have this kind of thing. I want to see Smirky kill people, and so
Dude, I wanted Joey to kill everybody so bad. I wanted like nice guy Joey to just be like banging people against rocks and stuff. I just wanted that, but
that's
I didn't
why,
get it. But that's okay.
For example, do you know who Jax Films is?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
He had this series called Yai, and so I wanted to bring that into the Toontown community, which I did, and I called it Lawai before even knowing PewDiePie did it.
I watched one of those. I
Yeah,
watched
and
one of
so,
those videos.
And so I'm in the same vein as you. Like, I saw it happening in another community, and I wanted to bring it to Toontown. Turns out, not too many people in the Toontown community had many bright improv ideas, so it kind of fell through.
I mean, if you
Here it
look
goes.
in the comment section of Jax Films videos, you will see so many like try hard comedians
Oh,
who
yeah.
like you'll like look at it and just be like, oh, like you won't even exhale out of your nose with laughter. You'll just be like, oh, I get it, but oh. So I can imagine, like, if you're doing it in a small community, it must be very really tough to get like witty responses. But I just realized you did Lawai before PewDiePie.
I did, which was weird because I didn't think I wanted to predict that. Believe it or not,
Do you think he stole it from you? Do you think you made PewDiePie?
Fun fact: I also predicted the storytelling animation genre because I talked to one of the people that made my emotes, Lav, and like I said, this story was really fun. I would love to see it like flash animated, where one screen is every 5 seconds and all that. And so we made a video, and I still have the video. It was made back in 2015, before the animation genre picked back up on YouTube, and so I predicted that as well. So like I've been on this high for a while now.
If anyone cares, I predicted Fortnite.
Did you?
I was playing it before it was free to play, and I was like, I like this. I'm going to stream it
So
more.
did I.
And then I remember there was one point in time where I was 5th on Twitch for Fortnite because I had my 80 viewers watching it, and there was like only 4 people ahead of me because it was such a niche community at the time. That was like August 2017.
Fortnite
Good
and
times,
niche
dude.
does not go in the same sentence.
No,
for me,
not
so I'm
anymore,
just
it
kinda
doesn't.
like, wow.
By
that-
October of that year, it was bumping, and I was no longer
Right now, the big games are
anywhere near
Fall
there.
Guys and Among Us, right? Those are the next big games, right? Fall Guys.
Fall
Fall Guys and what?
And Among Us.
Oh, Among Us.
Among Us?
Yeah, I heard that one's
Yeah.
something that a lot of people are getting into.
Yeah, I never really have that futuristic. Oh, sorry, Matt.
No, you're good. Go for it.
I never really have that futuristic, like, psychic ability to predict, like, the next big game or the next big trend on YouTube. But what will happen is I will usually catch on to memes a lot before they pop off, and then like 2 weeks later when it does pop off, I'm just like, oh, I'm so sick of this already. Because when it's small and like when only a few people know it in your friend group, it's like, oh, this is so funny. I like this little meme. And then when it becomes the mainstream big meme of the month or whatever, you're just like, I've had enough of this.
We kind of have a friend group. Bob's like that. I love Bob. Bob always knows the memes like before everyone else does, though, I swear. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Bob is okay. So Bob and Carter are like meme gods. They like find this shit like on like Roblox, and then like they just bring it to like the chat, and I'm like, what is this? And they're like, it's the next big thing, and then they start retweeting it, and then more retweets come through, and then I see Aaron retweeting it, and I'm like, oh my god, like the "Are you winning, son?" meme. I was
yeah,
looking
Are
at
You
that.
Winning?
I was looking at that in like May before it popped off or something like
Dang.
that. Whenever it popped off.
Or
I was-
I don't know about that one, Chief. I heard it
Yeah.
from them like a month before everyone else started saying it.
Yeah.
That's an old one.
Yeah.
That's
But
a
yeah, that's
classic
just how
one.
consistent they've been with being able to predict memes. They're crazy, dude. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, we have some more topics if we want to talk about stuff that isn't Toontown for the last, 15 minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, awesome. So, who's heard of Prime Gaming?
Oh,
Guys,
Prime Gaming.
Guys, sub with Prime Gaming. I'm going to have to remember to say that, guys. You might have a free Prime sub with your Prime Gaming subscription.
What is that? I am not familiar.
Do you stream on Twitch?
No.
Oh, that was another
should.
thing that we were going to
You
talk
really
about.
should.
Good. Stream on Twitch.
Because
It's
honestly,
fun. I
like,
promise.
there's been a stagnant lack of quality on Twitch for the Toontown community. There's always has been. So like it's only the people that like Aaron that have like decent quality or can entertain an audience or can talk that can get people.
Oh, yeah, no,
Because
you have to actually-
If you go
Ouch.
to the Twitch
Poor
show,
Michael. I was about to say.
Yo, Michael is
Hey,
a great streamer.
Michael
What do you
can talk.
mean?
It's like as I was saying, like on Twitch, it's hard to talk on your own, and so people that can do that, like Michael, like Aaron, I'm gonna include you this time, bitch. That can actually like get a decent following, because if you can talk to yourself, you can grab someone's attention, because you literally have 8 seconds to grab someone's attention before they click off. He's not talking. I'm going.
Yeah, no, I usually give people 10 seconds. That's what I said. People give you 10 seconds, but 8 is probably more accurate. Actually, fun fact, I went into somebody's stream today. The first thing I heard them say, like, they didn't talk for 4 seconds, and then they started complaining. They're like, chat, why do you always hate on my hopes and dreams? Like, effing hate all of you
Oh,
guys.
no.
And I'm like, and click away.
But
yep,
in
it was the
conclusion,
fastest click away, dude. That's what happens, though.
Tucker,
It happens, bro.
stream on
Catch
Twitch.
somebody at the wrong moment.
It is what it is.
So as far as Twitch, so as of this recording, yeah, I'm not currently streaming on Twitch. I don't really have an account. I haven't streamed before ever in my life. And honestly, I'm very late to the whole streaming community. Like I'll admit, back in a couple of years ago, I never really understood the appeal of streaming. I was like, wait, why would I make this like really long video with no editing or anything? But I realized it was like, oh, it's the interactivity with the audience that is really something you can't recreate in an
Exactly,
like
yeah.
in like a video.
Right,
Like you get
absolutely.
comments after the fact, but having that live interaction is really something that's it can keep you like
Something different.
it's something different, keeps you company, and it's a different style of content, and I get it now. Like I used to not get it. I was like, why is this a thing? But now I totally understand it.
And I feel the same way. And then also going back to what you and I were talking about, those moments that were like, oh, that's going to make a good video. When it's on stream and people are there to witness it,
Yes.
it hits different. Because it's
yeah.
one thing to watch the video. You're like, whoa, it's crazy that happened. But if you're just watching a stream where you're like, yeah, it's casual. We've been here for like a couple hours. Whoa, that big thing just happened.
You're a part
It
of the
hits
hype. You're a
different.
part of
You're
it.
part of it. Yeah, exactly. You could be like, I was there. So it definitely, like, you put in the time for it. It's definitely cool. So I
I'm
don't know.
def-
I just Yeah, try it sometime, maybe.
I'm definitely interested in streaming, and like I said, as of this recording, I'm not. But I don't want to date this podcast, and what I will say is that if a viewer is watching this in the future, and if they go to twitch.tv/StuckTheDuck006, hey, they might find me streaming on Twitch.
Hell yeah.
Hoggers.
I like that. So anyway, Prime Gaming. So what it was is that Twitch Prime exists for a little while, and it was something that was catered to Twitch users, being like, hey, if you are already watching Twitch and you have an Amazon Prime account, link it, and then you can get a free sub to a streamer, as well as getting some like in-game drops or some free games and bonus stuff like that. What Amazon has decided to do now is it's still the same thing. You still get the same benefits, but they're shifting the marketing. They're saying, hey, do you shop on Amazon? Do you have Amazon Prime? Guess what? You're part of Prime Gaming already. Here's some of the things you could do with it. So for some reason, a lot of people are up in arms about the name change because of marketing purposes. And, I'm confused as why. Does anyone have any like insight on that?
I
or
think
am
it's
I just...
because Twitch has over time evolved into such a broad landscape that it doesn't include gaming specifically anymore. Like, it's not exclusive to gaming. They literally created a tab for musicians and esports, but like, they had a creative side for like artists. So there's multiple communities that also make up Twitch, that are part of Twitch, that are not necessarily gaming. So I think that's why everyone was kind of like up in arms about it, because I know Twitch friends who are literally musicians. They don't really do much of the whole gaming side of things, but
okay,
that
makes
now
sense.
now you're like, oh, thanks for using your Prime Gaming, even though you're not like a gaming channel. So
I can see that.
that's kind of why I would imagine some people were pretty caught off guard by the rebrand from Twitch Prime, which is like, hey, everyone's a part of Twitch. It's not just gaming. Hey, I use your Twitch Prime on this musician or this artist. Now use your Prime Gaming on this musician or this artist.
That's
It
true.
just sounds a little more weird rather than just like I don't know.
That's absolutely a good point. I didn't think of that before.
Yeah, maybe people are just up in arms because it might not sound as inclusive to the entirety of Twitch because it's only focused on gaming and gaming benefits, but maybe that's just my interpretation of it.
No, I think you're absolutely right. And here's the thing. So it definitely isn't non-inclusive just because of the fact that, you can still use your Prime Gaming sub on musicians and just chatting and creative and artists and whatnot. So it's not like, oh, it's a Prime Gaming sub, you can only use it on gamers. But the way it's marketed does make it sound like it's a gaming thing. And so they're trying to slap gaming on Twitch, because that's what Twitch is at the core. Twitch is a gaming live streaming website,
for sure,
but they do offer so much more, and I see that that's what Amazon has been pushing Twitch to, which I don't think is a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I do think that they do still have gamers like at the core of their heart, and that's something that they're always trying to make relevant and prominent every TwitchCon whenever they're like addressing things like this, is that we are still by gamers for gamers, but we also want to open up what we have to share with everybody else. So I could definitely see how, like, on one hand, Prime Gaming is like, we're trying to stick to our roots. We are, gamers. We love gaming. But at the same time, we also do want to be inclusive of everybody else. So I get it.
It's
But I
weird,
do
though.
like your take on it, because that opened my eyes. I didn't even think about that before.
Yeah, for sure.
The way
Tucker, do you
Michael
have
put
any-
it, yeah, the way you put it made me think about recently the whole Discord rebranding thing, where it's almost the opposite, where they originally, Discord was so into like the gaming community, and now they
This was pretty big too.
Yeah,
This
they
was very
did.
big and really
they
recently.
did this huge marketing like change where it's like Discord is no longer the place for gamers, it's your place to talk, and that was kind of
that's
it was
based on
broadening.
because of how popular it gotten.
Right, it's like
They can move
it like
past
completely overdone Skype in a sense. Maybe not, but I feel like it has.
I think it has,
People would use
maybe.
Discord for like study sessions with their professors, or they'll use it for music or art needs, or there've just been so many ways over time that platforms like Twitch and Discord have evolved, where now it's not just like this gaming audience that they were initially tailored to. It's now people found creative ways to utilize these platforms for other needs that have actually been very effective. So that's kind of the whole thing with Prime Gaming again that I think a lot of people were just kind of taken aback with.
Right. It's just confusing because, they already had Twitch Prime, which applied to not just gaming. So they're almost like stepping backward where Discord is stepping forward. Like Discord is becoming more broad. Twitch is being like, well, we're just going to rename it Prime Gaming, even though we have more than gamers on our program. But Aaron, you put it in a good way. They still have their gamers at heart, and Discord is the same. They still have their gamers at heart. They didn't want to just like forget all of that, but they're also going more broad and saying, hey, we're going to be a little bit more than just the gaming communication app.
Exactly, and like I mentioned before, the reason for the rebrand for Prime Gaming is to try to get people from Amazon, because their initial step with Twitch Prime was it's to the people of Twitch. Do you have a Twitch account already? Great. Do you have Amazon Prime? Link it, right? Now what they're doing is if you go on Amazon, you get these little buttons being like Prime Gaming. Are you an Amazon Prime member already? Check out what you can do with it. So it's instead of being on Twitch, being all like, guess what, have Twitch Prime, it's on Amazon now, being like, you have Prime Gaming, here's what you can do. So they're just trying to, in a sense, even though they kind of took a step back going from Twitch Prime to, hey, we're gaming, they are trying to broaden the people they're reaching by advertising on their, I guess, their more focal platform. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the way I interpreted it, and I know that's not the way everyone's interpreted it. So that's fine, but at the core of this, I don't really think it's hurting anyone, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, moving sucked.
Tell us
few of us
about
moved
how your
recently.
moving experience was.
Well, I moved a lot of furniture, some of it not being mine, and now my arms hurt, and I want to sleep. And I took a nap today, and the nap was wonderful. And let me tell you, if you ever have the opportunity to move in 110-degree weather, don't do it.
Yo,
So,
that's crazy.
Aaron.
I moved too.
That's crazy. Where'd you
Whoa.
move to, dude? Tell me about it.
So I think you talked about on stream how you moved to you're in the same complex. So I also moved, but my move was approximately 2,000 miles more
Ooh,
of a
just
move.
a little bit more, huh?
Just a little bit. So I used to live in New York City, actually.
Oh,
So,
that's
no-
cool.
Not far from Noah's old place.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys were like best friends, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we were best friends back in college. We used to hit up all the parties together.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I won't say exactly where I am now, but I will say I used to be surrounded by skyscrapers, and now I'm surrounded by mountains. So it's a lot to get used to. It's a big change that I honestly wasn't even expecting. Like there was a lot of things that just happened all at once, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm going to be moving now, and now I'm
That's it.
I'm out
That's what
in
happens
the
sometimes.
wilderness. And it's it's kind of nice. It's
was
kind of
it.
nice to get away from the city, especially during this time. It's a
Yeah, I was
lot
gonna say-
more lax where I am.
There's like 4 places you can really move to in America. You're either in skyscrapers, mountains, corn, or desert. That's it. That's all.
Bro, corn is nice.
I took a break from city because if you guys don't know, I grew up in like an hour and a half away from New York City, right, the biggest city in the world, and I went to college for 4 years up in Vermont, which was nice. It was like a smaller town. I got that small time feel, but then I was like, yeah, I really prefer the hustle and bustle of a city, which is weird, right? I think I just like having options for like what's around me and stuff, which is why I moved to Vegas. The
Oh,
hottest
yeah, I
city
like
in the
having
world.
things close. There's a Taco Bell within walking distance. I love it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
know.
but it's never
We
open,
know.
Aaron. It's not been open since I got here.
It's true. It hasn't. I spent $30 on delivery. I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
All my homies hate delivery.
Dude, I hate... Yo, can we get, like, Grubhub or something to sponsor the podcast? Is that possible?
Sponsored by Grubhub and
Listen.
Geico.
Wink, wink.
If that's
Please.
the case, we need to expand beyond Toontown.
We
you
do.
want
That
any
was
we,
the point of the
sponsorship.
podcast.
we can't even get Toontown to sponsor us, dude.
We're now on
Oh.
episode 11. We could do next episode. We could bring on like my buddy with 1.9 million followers, and we
I'm
could
talking.
just go.
I'm talking with Sly right now. Let's see if we can get him on.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
thinking about like maybe if we could have Sly on, but that's a whole nother. We're in the middle
Guys,
of an
we
episode.
already have a
'Cause, like,
guys.
we-
We have a guest here already. All right, let's be
Yeah, hi,
polite.
Tucker.
Let's honor Tucker, you know.
Who's
Hi,
Who?
I'm still here.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
kidding.
It's all
guess
good.
what? I also
What?
moved, kind of, but not really
did?
intentional.
Tell me about it, Michael.
So I'm in quarantine. Yay.
Whoa, that sounds awful. I'm so sorry, dude.
Yeah.
We're here for you, man.
I had to move a whole I don't know, was it like it was probably like I don't know, like not even half of a football field away from where my room is, like a very short distance. But yeah, I'm in quarantine as of this recording. Probably gonna be either ending quarantine or already out of quarantine by the time we record our next episode. But I'm basically halfway done. I basically was a close contact to someone else who tested positive for, you know, current world event things, right?
Who's that person? Throw him under the bus.
Yeah, throw him under the bus. Do it
throwing
right
him
now.
just
Was it
Call
Matt?
them out
It was
on the
Matt.
Speedchat only pod.
Matt.
What?
How could
What?
you?
Matt, how could you?
You know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna cough on everyone here.
Call the CDC.
Yeah, but no.
That's disgusting.
Basically, like me and pretty much most of my coworkers at the job that I work are all like under quarantine now.
That's rough.
And like the thing is that we all had to like get tested, and because we're on a college campus, there are protocols we have to follow. Because they're using these protocols when school starts up next week, and we basically had to relocate on campus since we all like live on campus. So I had to pack everything I needed for 2 weeks in under 18 hours, and then I proceeded
Jeez.
to move everything out of my room. And before I did that, I got a rapid test for the virus.
Do like a speed like a
So
speed
like a
run of a
speed run?
test.
Yeah, they grab the Q-tip, just jam it in there, and then jam out. Is that what it is?
COVID
Pretty
test any
much.
percent.
Yeah, it was the swab. So, you know, they put it up the nose, and and
I
they got
hate
back
that.
to me. They said it was going to take about an hour, but all of us got tested at once, so it took a little longer. But the results came back negative. It was really quick, which is good. But, you know, and I felt fine ever since I got here, which is also good. But I just kind of have to wait it out, you know? So I'm just sitting here, they're not really doing anything. They're, you know, putting bags of food outside my door every single day.
They're feeding
Bro,
you like
I'm
a
sorry. That
dog.
sounds like prisoners type of thing. Just
Yeah,
drop
that
the
sounds
food
pretty
and knock
bad.
your food's
and
here.
they drop off lunch, dinner, and tomorrow's breakfast at noon.
You don't even gotta
Like,
pay the Grubhub fee, dude. No.
Yo, see,
But
dude, you're
let-
living the life.
Let's be honest, you know, I can get kind of tired of cafeteria college food every now and then. So you
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
maybe every now and then I'll probably want to, you know, do like Postmates
Uh
or
oh.
whatever.
Have you escaped quarantine to go get actual food?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
Oh.
good man.
No.
For the record. But no.
Yeah, no, no. They're not. We basically can't leave unless they'll let us, as long as we're fine, go out for like a walk or a run, as long as we're alone, socially distanced, wearing a mask, like all that. Meaning I have to like avoid people, which sucks, because I want to be around people. But yeah. Other than that, like unless it's an emergency, I'm basically like stuck here for the next, like, it's already been a week and I have another week to go. And it's kind of crazy because like all the students who are living on campus are moving in like right now, like throughout this weekend they've been moving in, and part of my job is to like help with that, and now I'm not helping with that, so it feels a little weird. But you know, just kind of going through the notions of quarantine, and it sucks. It does. I know I'll get through it. It just sucks.
Yeah.
Not only
It's-
that
it's
you're
one of those
alone, you're
periods.
also going through like it's almost humiliating where you have your home base, like you have your room where you have all your setup and everything.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, no, you have to get all this out. You have to go right now, and you have so little time, and that is awful. I mean,
I had to carry so many boxes, and they
Bro,
didn't.
don't tell me about carrying boxes, I swear.
No, but like having to like
seriously,
pack
I
everything up in
empathize,
under
dude.
18 hours. Like you knew, like weeks, I think months in advance that you were gonna move.
Yeah, let's say a month and a half.
Sure. Yeah, I had 18 hours, so you
Jeez.
can only imagine how stressful that must have been, and all the like questions and having to process everything, because it was.
And it's like you didn't even
insane.
take everything. You had to be selective, and then you have
Yeah.
to like make sure you're like, did I get everything that I
Oh,
need?
yeah,
because like
because-
once you're gone, and then you realize you forgot your AirPod charger, and you're like, oh
No, because I had to swap out the room key that I had to the room I currently live in, like normally, I had to give that back to like the front desk basically, and they restricted my access back into the building. Like I can't go back at all. So if I left something, it's
Jeez.
there for the next 2 weeks.
Bro, that's like kind
So
of
I had to make sure I had
sketchy.
everything in like under 18 hours, and my mind was racing as I was like, okay, do I have clothing? Do I have, obviously like everything in my setup? Do I have like I don't know. I already knew what was provided in the room, but I just had to make sure I packed like everything, toiletries, medication, everything like that. So yeah, it's been a wild ride, especially because the day I get off of quarantine is literally the first day of classes. So
Oh,
I have
jeez.
I have to move out, like assuming I don't get sick. I have to move out on that day, and like I have like 4 online classes starting that day,
Hmm.
and I have to like pack up
Epic.
my computer and unpack it back at the new room, and that's gonna take like a considerable amount of time. So this will probably be by far the most stressful first day of college I've ever had, first day of school I've ever had.
Yeah, that is some
But
inconvenient timing.
yeah, no, this was probably one of the most inconvenient like things. And it sucks cuz it's like, okay, how are you going to spend the rest of your summer before school starts? In quarantine. And it just
Yeah.
you want to like be with
Jeez.
friends and like, you know, go grab a bite to eat.
Go on a bender, you know?
Yeah, but instead I'm stuck here and just trying to process everything. It's definitely like not fun, which is why we need to like make sure we're being vigilant when it comes to keeping our health, good and keeping the health of others good around us. And I know it's kind of redundant when you hear people say like wear a mask and wash your hands and stay 6 feet apart. But like seriously, wear your mask, wash your
I hate
hands.
that that's such a controversial topic. Like,
people
come
are
on.
people are saying that's like political. No, it's just
No.
common practice. Like, don't get
It's just
sick.
be
Don't
nice
get
to
others
other
sick.
people, you know? Exactly.
I have
Otherwise-
a right to not wash my hands.
Otherwise,
Like,
you're gonna have
it-
more people in my position right now.
And the thing I hate, can I just touch on this? The thing I hate is when people are affected and they know they're affected, but they feel like they can't do anything. Because this is something that isn't necessarily COVID related, but I remember I used to show up to work sick when I worked at Nike because they only gave you 3 days to miss. And if you missed the third day, you were fired. So after missing a couple days because I was sick initially, I would continue to show up while I was sick because I needed the money. If I missed 2 days of work, I didn't have enough money to pay rent and all my bills. Like, that was just true. That's how I was living at the time, paycheck to paycheck. And there's people now who are living that way, where they need to show up to work so they can get that paycheck, so they can pay their bills, because there isn't enough help right now where if they don't have their job, they can't work. And some of these people know that they're infected or affected, however you want to, they're not like, zombies or whatever, but there's people being affected right now that are being quiet about it because they know that if they say that they have it, they get sent home and
Yeah.
you can't work.
Yeah,
right?
like-
What
And
a
then
garbage system.
Financially, they will lose their apartment.
That is
Yeah.
such
If I
a
can
garbage
touch on
system.
that.
I hate it.
It's so garbage. Like, why is
America.
this a system?
I'm very
Gosh.
fortunate where I have a job that like the benefit is that I get paid monthly, so it's kind of like Twitch, right? Where like you're basically working the hours that make up what your payment is. So I'm still getting that payment, and then also in this case, like over the summer we clock in hourly as well. I'm still getting like everything that I did work before this happened. But I'm not able to like go into the office that I work at. I'm not able to assist with the biggest event of our department, which is moving people into college. And I'm not able to like, do that, which just kind of sucks. And, I think about other student employees here. Like, let's say they work for like the cafeterias, they're like handing out food. Like, if they have to quarantine, they can't do that. How are they going to get the money they need in order to like, stay afloat? So go ahead.
If I can touch on that for a little bit, just for the audience's pleasure of numbers and all that, we're talking about this because it's affecting a lot of people. So let me give you people some numbers.
You got numbers.
I do have numbers. So America's population 328 million. All right, 17% of those people are in apartments. All right, that's about 55 million. All right,
That's me.
40% of that 55 million is facing foreclosure or eviction. So that is 22,317,000 people in the next month or two going to be evicted.
That is
That's
unfathomable.
crazy.
If you think
I
about all
hate
the
that.
families as well and all the people
Yeah.
that they know, it's like that. We can't wrap our heads around that kind of number. And that's awful.
That is there's your numbers, boys. That's why we're concerned about this.
Dude, I'm blessed where I work from home initially, and then on top of that, I have Twitch and YouTube, which provides me
Oh, yeah.
an additional income. We were able to drop, like $1,500 on this move and be able to get this new place and still sit comfortably where we are. But I'm well aware that not everybody is like that, and my heart goes out, deepest sympathies with people who are facing these struggles where some people don't even have jobs, and the ones that do are worried because maybe they don't have COVID, but they're looking around at their coworkers and they know their coworkers might, because people will still show
Yeah.
up to work
No,
because
exactly.
they know they need the money. Like, it's scary out there.
Yeah.
It really is.
And I mean, I've been around not only my coworkers and like my supervisor and stuff. I've been around strangers based on what my job does. Like this entire summer, ever since this pandemic began, I've been an essential worker. I've been around strangers, like basically like showing them around campus, right? Because we still offered that service throughout the summer. It's just like I'm always like putting myself out there. I'm getting like, I don't know how to word it. Just like I'm exposed to so many different people like every single day, and I have to, in the back of my head, I just have to be vigilant because who knows when I could end back it up in this quarantine room that I'm in right now. Because that's always in the back of my head during the school year, and like how's that going to affect the classes that I have, because I do have some like in-person classes I'm taking this fall. It's just kind of I don't know. It's very uncertain right now with
Dude, you can't even get me started with the whole, like, they close schools at 200 cases and they're like, oh, let's reopen them at 2 million.
God,
I'm
in a
not
lucky
even gonna get
position
into it.
right now.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm in a lucky
It's-
position right now to have just graduated and then still like living in my parents' basement while looking for a job. Granted, the job search is fucking horrible because everyone's still looking for a job right now because unemployment rate is just now going back up and everyone's starting to look for the jobs again. So it's hell right now, but I'm in a lucky place to be where I am and not have to worry about that kind of stuff for now.
I mean, I think we're all just going through our own unique struggles, whether you're unemployed and trying to find a job, whether you're a college student and wondering how you're going to pay your next tuition payment or your housing costs, or
Or if you're Noah and you don't have
Or if
any
you're
furniture.
just a kid, worrying about
Yeah, dude. Aaron, in the YouTube video, put up a picture of that thing I put on Twitter of my desktop on the floor. That's literally my setup right now. I'm recording in the middle of an empty room, and it probably sounds super bad and hollow. But I promise by next time we record the podcast, I'll have at least a desk and maybe a bed.
And,
All right.
And a little message to everyone that's going, because I know you have a lot of younger viewers, Aaron. So a little message to those who are going back to school eventually and have to wear a mask and all that, and have to be close to people. Do your best to stay safe. Everyone knows that this is bullshit, and you probably know it too. So do your best to stay safe. Don't take your mask off until you're alone, and just kind of ride it out until this thing blows over. You guys got
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, please take whatever your school's like guidelines are to keep you safe. Take it seriously, because we don't want what's happening to me and my coworkers right now to happen on a widespread basis. So if everyone like does their part, like if you like, this is what they told us in like our yearly training that we do before school starts. Like if you want a normal like spring semester, like next semester, the one after fall, like if you want a normal like semester, a normal year, like the very least we can do is following these guidelines and wearing the mask. And as annoying as it might be, it's got to be done. It's something that we all have to live with. And adaptability is just kind of the name of the game, and that's something that we all have to do. We have to adapt to not only the current situation but the evolving situation like later down the line. As it looks uncertain now and it clears up, like we gotta just persevere. So to all my fellow students out there, deep breath, we got this, we'll persevere one way or another.
Deep
Yeah.
breaths, just don't breathe out without a mask. There you go.
Whether your mask is on or off, take a deep breath.
Just take a deep breath, but don't exhale. Whatever you do.
Just hold it
Keep
in.
holding
Don't
that
cough.
breath.
And
Keep
don't
holding the
cough.
breath until the lights go out, dude.
God.
It'll all be over soon.
But yeah, that's my
Yeah,
that's how my
Michael,
life
what
turned
year are
upside
you
down.
in right now? Are you...
I'll be starting my junior year of college.
Oh, you're getting through it.
I'm
so proud of you.
halfway done with college and halfway done through quarantine. So hey, what do you know?
Yo, same. I'm also gonna be a
Hey.
junior.
Hey, cool.
That's crazy. I'm so
It's
proud
crazy.
of all you guys.
Yeah, so
You guys are so-
hopefully we'll get through this next couple of years, and then I'll see where the wind carries me.
That sounds good to me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did anyone else
All
have
right.
anything that we wanted to touch on or talk about?
Well, if you don't, I have something I want to say to wrap up. But
All
if
right,
anyone else
absolutely.
has anything else,
Go for it.
Yeah,
Hit
go
us
for
with
it.
it.
The spotlight
Well-
is yours.
well, I just wanted to say I got to do my cheesy thing at the end. I do want to thank you guys for making this podcast a thing, because I think it's something that really it added another layer to the Toontown community, and I think that's a really good thing to do. And I know that guests will come on from the community, and we'll just talk about life sometimes. Like, we'll touch upon a few topics of the community, but you know, it's just we come on, we chat, and I really like how this community has that now. I think podcasts, you know, they're very overdone, but I think having like I would call this the official podcast of the Toontown community now. I think that's really awesome.
We made
You,
it.
Now
you
on
got the Stuck the
Spotify.
Duck seal of approval, if that means anything.
I love how there's
Wow.
just a split between hell yeah and ugh.
No, but seriously, I think it's a really good thing. I think it's what this community needed, and I think, like I said, it adds another layer to the community, and like having all the guests come and just getting to know people. Like I really loved the JJ episode, and I really loved some of these episodes where I got to know people that I've only really seen like surface level content of. It was cool seeing them like share more in-depth stories and that sort of thing. So it was
Yeah, and
absolutely
it's
wonderful.
So odd because a lot of these people are just people we knew already. So we've heard half these stories, or we know them as friends already. But it's just it's so weird because I don't usually think about it. So many other people don't. They only see this person, you know, behind the booth at ToonFest, or they only see this person behind the screen in their stream. You know, they don't actually get to know this person like I've gotten to know some of these people because I'll hang out with them in Pittsburgh. I'll sit down in a call, or I'll have DMs with them and interactions. You know, so it is cool that I'm able to, not just me but everybody else here, use this as a platform to kind of share our friendship and who these people are with the rest of the community. I think that's
It
awesome.
really just provides like authenticity for like both, you know, the people who you, I guess, look up to as like these, you know, social media like influencers, content creator, whatever you want to call them. You know, it kind of, you know, takes off a layer and just kind of shows you like this is who the person like really is, and this is their life story, and this is what they're going through. This doesn't even have to be a service, you know, for the Toontown community exclusively. Like, we're just doing this just to kind of like get to know people and to like, you know, hang out, have a good time, and you know, like, you know, Matt wants to bring on Sly potentially, and that's not even
yeah.
anything related to do it to the Toontown community necessarily.
or-
Video games.
Noah's friend Charlie. Like, these people don't have to know anything about Toontown. If anything, we can bring them on and be like, have you heard Toontown? Have you had, like, what's your experience with it? Talk about that for 10 minutes and then go off about whatever else we have to talk about, you know? I think
Yeah.
that's the beauty of it. We can make
Be
this
cool to get
whatever we
Alex
want.
on too. Be cool to get Alex.
I would
on.
love to get Alex
Yeah.
on, you know? I
Yeah.
even have, like, a couple friends that might not have anything to do with Toontown whatsoever that'd be like, yeah, maybe they'd make some good conversation, you know? We'll keep our options open and always looking around. But as far as Tucker goes, we do appreciate him being here. And, you know, if you're always welcome to come back. You know, there'll probably be a time where we'll hit you up and be like, yo, come back and shoot the breeze with us.
Yeah,
We'd love to have you.
that'd be chill. Like, it was really great because I started as a viewer. I'm still gonna be a viewer, and now that I'm a guest, I'm really honored that you guys had me on, and I'm especially honored that I got on before Quackity. Take that! No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Wow! Congratulations.
Shots fired.
No, but thank you guys so much for having me. It was absolutely
Of
wonderful
course.
when you guys reached out. So this is cool. We got to talk
Yeah.
about a lot of great stuff.
So, guys, if you are listening to this and you made it this far, be sure to check out my man Tucker. I'll put down his links. I'll put his YouTube, his Twitter, and you know what? I'll even throw in his Twitch. Go follow him, and maybe he'll stream one of these days, okay?
I will. It will happen. It will
It'll happen.
Let's go.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
Who's gonna be the
Any
first?
Shall I?
final words? Yo, when you getting Twitch partner, dude?
Next week now.
Wow.
Not even done a stream, getting partner.
Shall I?
Crazy. Yeah, absolutely, man. Go for it.
Thank you, everybody, so much for watching this Speed Chat Only podcast this week. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and comment down below if you're on YouTube. Please listen to us on SoundCloud and Spotify with the same name. And as always, from our homes to yours, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Everybody say goodbye.
See you in the playground, losers. Literally, because I play a Toontown way too much.